we ticked off 1,000 kilometres.
I've officially swum with multiple dolphins.
I first heard about this idea 3 years ago, just after Swim for the Gulf. Jono rang me up and sounded me out about it and said, let me think about it for a week, it's pretty huge. And rang back after a few days and said, yep, I'll be with you every stroke of the way.
Awesome, buddy!
Yeah, we'll just keep him going for as long as possible, cheer him on.
Jono, amazing. You know, he's like a fifth son to me, that boy. It's just huge what he's doing. Huge determination, huge courage. You know, he's got lots of obstacles that he's overcome, and he's still got lots of obstacles, but I'm sure he's going to make it all the way to Wellington. Coming across Hawke Bay, we decided to engage a mothership to come across to straight line across from Māhia to Cape Kidnappers. Saved us around 33 kilometres direct lining across. Logistically, it was a big exercise to move on to a mothership. We can't all stay on board SavvyX, and there's not enough space, so it's either transiting or using some bigger vessel, or hugging the coast, which, as I said, is a lot longer. So that was always our intention, to try and find something to come across.
So the first night that we stayed on the mothership getting across Hawke Bay, we stayed just off the coast of Māhia. I was a little bit anxious around how it would go. I haven't spent a lot of time out at sea on a boat before, but it was wonderfully calm. Had a really nice night of sleep, actually. I managed to get a very decent block of sleep out on the water.
Lined the boats up, Andy slept on the Savvy. We slept in here. Josh, Leah, Swags on the deck. And now we are cruising back out to our GPS point.
We had the opportunity to do 3 swims in one day. Is not as much dead time from transiting back to land or from land out to our GPS start point. What that meant was that we could be a little bit flexible with swim times. So I did a 2-hour, a 4-hour, and then a 2-hour to follow that. And at the end of the nightcap, I called it. The second night was not the best night of sleep. There was some snoring, I'm not going to say who, but there was some snoring coming through. I could feel the boat rocking from side to side, the sloshing of the water, and I felt like I was just constantly going to fall out of my bunk, and that made for not a lot of sleep. I'm quite well practiced at this point, being able to get up and get into the work of swimming in the morning, even when I feel fatigued, even when I feel tired, even when I feel sore. We just have to at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
I've officially swum with multiple dolphins.
Over the past 4 days of swimming, there's been over a dozen separate encounters with dolphins. A dozen small pods that have come by that I've been able to see in the water, swimming around me, coming close up to me. It's a really special moment, just being able to see these amazing animals in their natural environment. The water clarity in particular through Hawke Bay was amazing. Once we got out to the blue water, the visibility was unreal. It was about 30-metre visibility across 2 of the days that we were swimming. We had these huge lion's mane jellyfish, these big white bodies with these long hanging tentacles, and at times there would be clumps of about 2 dozen right in my path. This wall of jellyfish that I'd have to swim around so I wouldn't get stung. And then on top of the water, having a couple of cool experiences with mollymawks. We've been able to see more mollymawks, these big birds with like a 2-metre wingspan out on the water. And yesterday, one of them It circled in very close and then landed just next to me. And I thought, well, I'm going to take a moment and just kind of see if I can get a little bit closer and have a connection with this bird, because it seemed pretty interested in what we were doing. So I just floated in the water, bobbed there, moving slowly towards it. And eventually I got to a point where I was like this close away from the face of this bird, just looking into its eyes. It was amazing to be able to look this wild animal right in the eyes and for it to be completely comfortable in my presence. It was a nice moment. So my friend Olaf, who I've known for a number of years now, I first connected with Olaf through, I think, a swimming group. We swim at Takapuna Beach in Auckland, and he wanted to come out and be a swimmer for a few days and kind of be part of the experience of what we're doing.
A couple of jellyfish to dodge. It's quite funny. Jono's goggles are really, really sharp. He can see things that I don't. So he saw me swimming through a bit of a piece of jellyfish. I just felt it on the arm and he said, oh yeah, I saw that. So it's got really, really good visibility. Yeah, it's a bit colder this morning.
It was kind of encouraging because he struggled with the cold as well. You know, it's nice to know that it's not just me dealing with that actually, you know, a seasoned swimmer like him, that he was really battling against it. Coming across Hawke Bay, we ticked off 1,000 kilometres of swimming completed.
Well done. Yeah, it feels pretty surreal to hit 1,000 kilometres. That's only been possible through doing hard things, doing what we need to do every single day, now 60 plus days into this thing. And just allowing those small wins to stack on top of each other has allowed us to get to this big win that we've got now in 1,000 kilometres. So yeah, it's really cool to look back on. I don't want to celebrate it too much because we do still have a wee way to go, but you know, it's cool to stop for a second, to pause and to appreciate what we've done out here to get to this point.
It's just getting real now, eh? When the 1,000 kilometres came up, the team in the background had arranged for all of these amazing messages of support from people around New Zealand.
Oh, 660, Ben.
You know, that was kind of surreal in a way, seeing the different people that had come about around this and were lending their voice of support to it. For me personally, okay, we've hit 1,000 Ks and now let's keep going. Coming across Hawke Bay has been a bit of a slog, and one of the reasons for that is we haven't been able to get the current assist that we always hope for, but then you also can't do anything about it. Cape Kidnappers has always been just there in the distance, or felt like it's just there. It's a huge body of land, so you know, you can see it from a long way out. Yesterday we finally got across that mark, and that for me was probably a better milestone in some senses than hitting the 1,000 kilometres, because I had been just wanting to get across that bay and wanting to get closer into land to hopefully get some more consistent current as we go down the coast. So the water temperature through the bay, it has been pretty fresh. I am getting cold. It's uncomfortable. One of my reminders for this is the saying, this too shall pass. So when you're in the moment, it can feel like it sucks and it's super uncomfortable. But what actually helps long term and what really helps with your confidence is meeting the goal that you had initially set for yourself, instead of giving in to the excuses that your mind is giving you to give up early. And so if you can push through that hardship and get to the end and meet the goal that you've set for yourself, you do get a real sense of pride and you do get a lot of confidence from doing that. And ultimately what I'm telling myself is, I will be dry, I will be warm eventually. And I know I can sustain being in those temperatures for a long period of time. It's just a bit of discomfort in the moment.
Help Jono on this mission by putting your name next to our call to end bottom trawling in New Zealand at swim4theocean.org.